It literally looked like a Disney World like ride, adventure ride, where you could walk in, you could see like pieces of fabric of what the clothes would look like, and illustrations of what they wanted my Ariel to look like, and sets that were kind of drawn out and built as little little Legos they had of what was it, the Kiss the Girl scene in the boat, and we were just so stunned.
You guys are amazing. Phenomenal job on this film. You guys brought these characters to life. I've been waiting since I was 7 years old to see this in live action, and you guys are perfect in these roles. Halle, first question for you. I love seeing the reaction to young girls, young women, especially when they see you as Ariel. What does that mean to you when you see their reaction, seeing you as Ariel?
It means the world to me to see these lovely reactions, specifically from the babies and the children. It just warms me up and fills me with so much joy and makes me feel like this is all for a reason and there's purpose in this. I mean, I had amazing role models before me, like Brandy as Cinderella and Anika Rose as Princess Tiana. So to kind of join them as one of the Disney princesses is an immense blessing for me, and the reactions are what keep me going.
Jonah, I love what they do with Eric in this movie. He's not just there. He actually has like a storyline and even a song. What did you learn about playing Eric? What did you learn about yourself through playing Eric, and what was your favorite part about playing this version of Eric?
The thing that I loved about him this time round is that I was really understanding him as a person and on a human level. I think the archetype of the prince is fun and we all love him and we all love the character in the cartoon. But I think in the live action version, we needed to know more. I think we wanted to have some more complexity for him. I think we wanted to understand who he was and what he wanted, and that really he felt quite lost, I think, when we meet him, and he's longing for something else and he's longing for something bigger. And I think that's ultimately what connected them. So that was a great challenge, sort of finding all of those layers to him.
Now, for fans of the original, all of the classic songs are, for the most part, in this film, but there's also a few new songs in this film as well. You guys got to work with two legendary composers, Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda. Can you talk to me about your experience working with them?
Yes, wow. Well, as a singer and musician, I feel so inspired by them, and particularly, Alan Menken is just a legend. He's a living legend, and being able to sing these songs that he has written so beautifully, really just, it was an honor. So for me, the singer in me was screaming with glee, wanted to do these songs justice from the work Jodie Benson did so beautifully. I felt like I just had to give it my all because of the beautiful work that was left for us. And yeah, I just really went into that with the mindset, and me and Jonah had a beautiful opportunity to sing in front of this 100-piece orchestra that was recording strings the day we got to go in and record our vocals over these new scores of the songs. And so it was just a dream.
Jonah, essentially the characters are so beloved. They capture the essence of the characters so well in this film, but you guys do such a great job of making them your own. Can you talk about making the balance of making Eric your own in this film, but also paying respects to what people know from the original Little Mermaid?
Absolutely. I think, firstly, a lot of that came in the writing. I think a lot of it came from a lot of what was going on around me. So costume and the production design and the script and things that were bringing Eric to life in a way that we really knew him already and recognized. And then it was about talking to Rob, our director. Okay, so what are the qualities we liked about him? He was charming and he was charismatic and he was strong and he was a sailor. And so we wrote all of those things into the script. But I think it was also about finding his sensitivity as well. And also not showing him as this guy who's got it all sorted out. Mm-hmm. I think he's someone who does feel lost. And I think doesn't like being behind the four walls of the castle. He wants more. He wants adventure. He wants to explore. So we just needed to try and bring that to life. And basically it came from, as I said before, kind of connecting with him as a person, not thinking of him too much just as a Disney prince, but as a human being.
This is a unique project because not only is it a fantastic musical, but it's also a remake of a Disney classic. And it's underwater, so there has to be a lot of CG involved. Can you talk about the technical aspects of shooting this film and what Rob's directing style added to The Little Mermaid?
Yes, so there were definitely a lot of technical aspects when it came to this film, because a lot of it we had to imagine. We had to imagine the world that was going to be painted in after we did the work. So Rob Marshall is such a visionary and perfectionist that it was clear the direction that he wanted from us. And it was beautiful because I think on the first day of rehearsals, we came into this amazing walkthrough set up by him where it literally looked like a Disney World adventure ride, where you could walk in, you could see pieces of fabric of what the clothes would look like and illustrations of what they wanted my Ariel to look like, and sets that were kind of drawn out and built as little Legos they had of what was it, the Kiss the Girl scene in the boat. And we were just so stunned and grateful to see this vision that was in his head. And I think that's what makes him just a great director, because he is that passionate about his work and
Absolutely.
allowed us to do this.
There's an interesting line that Eric says in the movie about he wasn't, being a prince, he wasn't born into this. Can you talk to me about Eric's backstory in this version a little bit more?
What we decided was that, and I think ultimately it was because he has such a passion for the ocean, and we wanted to understand where that came from. And so one of the reasons was we decided that he was basically part of a shipwreck as a baby, and he was found on the beach. And he was taken in by the royal family, and he was brought up by his parents. And I think that was really, I think it gave some sort of insight into why he might feel a little bit out of place and a bit lost. And I think it made him feel like that's why he's so connected to the ocean. That's because that's sort of where he came from. They found him from the ocean, and that's where he wants to get back to.
You guys are perfect in these roles. Halle, in my screening, the press screening, the crowd eruption for your first song was incredible. So I can't thank you guys enough for your time. Incredible job on this film. I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. I
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
it.
Nice to meet you. Take care.